Frenzy was missing like all of it. It was super, super flat.
I found the culprit. How the heck did my license expire? Are you kidding me? Unflippin' believable. Unbelievable. All right, we're back. It's day 2. After listening to it on the reference monitors again, and just other speakers in general, I think we're getting a little bit closer to getting this done. We got to FaceTime with Jav to make sure that everything gets fit into the mix properly. Now, the one thing that we are going to do is move my cassette player. We're just moving the that over to here. So it shouldn't take too long. My biggest reason for that is honestly just to get all of the hookups in the back closer to the audio interface so I don't have to snake a whole bunch of cables to it. And then the big problem too is if I wanted to keep things the way that they are, all I have these certain length cables that are pretty monstrously long on their own, but just aren't long enough. All we're doing is consolidating space. Chances are we're going to use the cassette recorder more often than we're going to use what I had there originally, which is this guy here. It's my Moog. It's a Theramini. Don't get me wrong, I've been meaning to use this. So, all right, let's get moving stuff. See, this shit is tricky because I had to get them plugged into that in the darkness, and I'm sandwiched in between these two racks that are thicker than this one, but I think we got everything plugged in the way that we're supposed to. I'm assuming this is what will allow me to record into a cassette. We're about to find out the hard way if that's the case or not, but at the very least, these are way easier to access than these. And all this cable spaghetti, this is nasty. And then after that, we're rocking and rolling. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and see what Jav is up to. No big deal. It gives me a second to start working on my things. The one thing that I really wanted to fix is that our E-kick is the one thing that just doesn't have enough thump yet. Because that 808 kick is supposed to be really strong, especially in a song that has trap drums in it. That's our goal right now. We're going to try to take care of that while we're at it. You know, this also tells me that my snare is a little bit louder than my kick. Let's calm down that snare just a little bit more. Up the release knob on that. Ah, there he is.
Yo.
So did you add notes to the mix?
I kept a few that still needed addressing, and then I got rid of the ones that we addressed, and then I added a few more.
For me, the acoustic drums, I think, are set. It's still just that 808 kick that still needs some work. The snare midway through the intro is too flat. I did open it up because I thought the same thing.
Okay.
So that should be fixed a little bit more.
I'm gonna try calling you back.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Eventually.
Hey, all right. Okay. There you go.
Nice, nice. Really quick, let's do a playthrough. Let's just listen to it again really quick. This morning, I was listening to mix number 2 on the speakers in the living room. And afterwards, I put on this song that I was working on and stuff. And I noticed a remarkable difference in the low end stuff. Frenzy was missing all of it. It was super, super flat. That was the main thing that I wanted to touch on today with the mix is figuring out that low end to get it to pop through. I can hear it. I can hear the notes and the tonality of the bass synth, but it's missing the low end. I don't know why. For me, it feels like it's missing a lot of that oomph.
Well, I changed the plugin that was in charge of the sine wave, the lowest bass note. It's a lot more aggressive now, in my opinion. Let's give that a shot and see if we like that better.
Let me give it a test on the other speakers in the car and let me see what that sounds like. But if it still feels lackluster, then I feel like we might be doing something I don't know, wrong or some shit.
All right, next item. I was gonna turn down the toms here. They sound great, they're just too loud. That's just the initial settings I have for the compressor. We can see how well it sounds now. I was gonna fix the hats. They're panned a little too aggressively for my liking. Alright, that's pretty good.
That very beginning part, there's these swooshes that happen.
That should be better. Hold on, let's listen to them again. They can come up just 18, see that?
Still sounds loud to me.
I think what I'm missing on that is sustain.
That's good.
Okay, that's what I'm looking for.
You know my little vocal synth there that comes in? Is that all one or is that different layers? Can you turn that up say 2.5 decibels? Lower that by the 0.5 decibel. There's that one little guitar synth. That one can probably come up 1.5 decibels. that trap snare, would you mind lowering that? Try 2 decibels. That's the same snare that is before, right? That.
Yeah.
Can you go back to that part? I just want to make sure it's not too loud. That's better. That's much better.
We need to separate out some vocals because they're too reverby for what they're supposed to be doing. Yeah, these guys.
Yeah, those can have like, I'd say almost no reverb, honestly. Make them crisp. Maybe we can do something to them to like a high pass. Makes it sound like Televox almost, kind of.
I think if we just pan them and keep them dry, I think we're gonna be happy.
Yeah, pan like 30 on one side, 30 on the other.
You guys are mains now.
Getting caught in a frenzy.
Turn them both up by like 3 decibels, maybe.
Getting caught in a frenzy.
Turn the high one down 1 and the low one up 1.
Getting caught in a frenzy.
I think that's good for now.
If we end up keeping it that low as at -6.9, I thought that was important to share.
Oh, brother!
Alright.
Like, it's super low?
No, the decimal point, it's -69.
Oh.
I was going to make those brighter.
Nice. Make them pop a little bit more.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. That kick sounds like it needs more thumb. You're just raising the decibels?
Right now, yeah.
Raise it by 3. Try another 3, bro.
We'll try that for now. I still need to worry about how to level all that properly because I feel like on the last mix that snare specifically was too loud. But we just changed the kick a little bit and we changed the bus just a little bit. So maybe I just need to listen to it in the mix again and see what happens.
Can you isolate my main vocals there from the beginning? I want to hear them.
I'm yearning for a mind that's steady.
Isolate that very first one.
I'm yearning for a mind.
All right, and then what's the next one?
I'm yearning for a mind.
And what are you doing in the mixes there?
I'm yearning for a mind that's steady.
All right, now can we move to my vocals in that spot?
I like the direction you're going in, but I think we need to channel this energy into something more constructive. Like what? How about a cool fucking montage?
Can you solo my main really quick? Could you do the same with the one underneath that? I do need to do some retracking. Let me hear that in context. It sounds good to me right now. And I hear all those isolated. I do like it more centered. Are both of those different? Can you lower it by like 2 decibels? A decibel and a half? 2 decibels? 2 decibels. Another 3. Fuck it. 2, 3.
I'm gonna bring down all of your vocals at large down just a little bit because I feel like at this point they're a little too loud.
Yeah, that's fine. Cool. I think that's good progress for now, man. It's just, I think what we need now is just those, whatever you said you're going to do some things on the drums, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep chiseling at it to see if it changes anything.
Let's listen to it and kind of come back with some more notes.
Hopefully we figure out this fucking thump thing, right? Because I feel like the color is there now. Now we just need to get it to bleed through the mix a little bit more. So hopefully this gets us in the right direction. If it does get us in the right direction, we know how to continue resolving it. But if all it does is just make you hear the note and not feel the note, then I gotta think of what's happening, right? I'm probably over compressing something again.
That's what my initial thought was that maybe there was a compressor that was like too extreme or some shit somewhere in there. Either way, we'll figure it out. Like, we'll keep doing these renders and shit and test mixing on other speakers until we figure it out. Well, we're not gonna put out something that doesn't thump. So if we have time, we'll figure it out. We troubleshoot a lot of this shit, so we'll be fine.
Let me start to render this out.
All right, G, I'll give that mix a listen tonight and stuff, and then let's hop on another FaceTime.
So I don't know how well this mix is gonna go, but I have been surprised before. I think there's gonna be certain things that are just a little bit too much. Most of the transient stuff, right? Your kicks, your snares, like all that type of stuff. We'll see what happens. In the meantime, I don't know why this is happening, but my audio just started dropping out. I might be because things are getting over processed, but I don't think that's the reason. Try to render again. I enabled dropout protection, which is weird because I've never had to use that. I love tech, but I hate when this type of shit happens. Almost every single time that Jav and I get onto a FaceTime, there always has to be something new that happens. And the problem is like, you get really good at fixing problems until the problem is new. Then all of a sudden you gotta figure this shit out again. It might be because I have too many plugins put in. It's weird though because my Mac has never had that issue. All right, we're gonna have to figure this out. Stand by.
5 minutes later.
I found the culprit. How the heck did my license expire? Are you kidding me? Unflipping believable. Now I gotta get everything updated. Oh my gosh. I bought a license. I remember they told me that I could use 2 copies, but maybe this is the second copy? That's weird. All we can do is just wait. Unbelievable. How do you authorize? I have to, okay, for some reason I have to buy a second copy, which is so stupid. I have the authorized copy on a computer I no longer have access to. So unless I can unauthorize it from here, I have to buy a new copy, which would be so stupid. All right, that's gonna wrap up this day. We'll be back with more mixing, more notes. Hopefully we get a little bit further. I think that compressor works with our drum bus for the electronic kit. We're gonna test it out on speakers to see if we can finally get that thump that we're looking for. Only time will tell. So, see you guys.